Hi, this is Dave, coach of the Astria Pickleball, here with Ryan Cove, and we're doing a little bit of a teaching drilling session today. So hope you learned something. This is Ryan, and this is his first time playing. And we did some initial discussions before this. And what I like to ask the player when they're first starting is, have you played any other racket sports? Have you played ping pong, tennis, racquetball, badminton? And in Ryan's case, he has played and still plays ping pong. So you'll see in Ryan a lot of ping pong attributes and characteristics, especially how he holds the paddle, as you can see there. And so I like to leverage that experience and equate it to pickleball. With Ryan, he's also a very athletic individual. What we're doing here is I have a bag of balls and I'm feeding him. When we first started, we're just hitting the ball, just get a feel for it. But the first time here, I don't want to overburden anyone with rules and drills and all the other things that govern pickleball, but rather just to hit it around, have fun. And that's really the game. And so the rules and all that stuff come later. They're not that difficult to learn. And so what we're doing here with this particular drill, you can do this with someone else. I had a bag of balls at the baseline, which you can't see me, and I'm feeding him light serves. And the goal here is for him to get a feel for the paddle striking the ball and judging distance as well. And so you give him the whole court to get that feel, to really practice on how hard, how long, how high that he needs to hit this pickleball. And also relating it back to ping pong as we go through, because that's what he knows. And so if you can tie in the other racket sports that your person you're training or teaching knows, then you want to stick with that. The next thing we did here is we're going to practice our serve. And one thing I like to do here is, again, just make sure they understand the rules of where they have to serve. I'd like to dive into the score a little bit because it does play a factor. And so what we're doing here is what I'm going to tell him is just to pick up the ball and hit it and just see where they are. I like to just allow them to do a shot or a technique and then guide them, right? Instead of trying to teach it and then guiding them, see where they are, and then take their natural instinct of how to hit it and just tweak it a little bit and make sure it's following the rules. And so right now I'm teaching him after you hit it, you have to get in your position to be ready to get the ball when it hit back. But I'm just asking him to hit it right now. And as you see, it's an illegal serve. But it is important for him to now do it, see where he did wrong, and help to correct it. So with a serve, you're going from a low to high motion, and you have to strike the ball, what I'm saying right here, at or below your belly button. And so I demonstrated here a basic hit. And so the key things to serving, there's 3 essential elements to serving. And this is in consecutive order. So number 1, you want to get it in. You want to be consistently getting it in. Number 2, you want to be getting it in and hitting it deep. So if you're consistently getting it in, you want to start to consistently hit it deep. And number 3, after you're consistently getting it in, you're consistently hitting it deep, then you want to add some pace and some speed to it. So those are the 3 elements to serving that we're reviewing now, going over. And so repetition is important here, just allowing him to get the feel for the serve and the in and out of bounds lines and where he needs to be hitting that ball to get it as deep as possible. And now we're going to play a game and put everything that I taught him into practice. And I will mention, that was his point, I will mention that it was a very windy day. Very windy. And so the wind is at my back. And so this is something to recognize. And right there, every moment's teachable. I like playing these games because there's so much to teach, but he hit the ball out of the air when he should have let it bounce. Because of the 2-bounce rule. And as the instructor here, I'm just playing about 50% and just trying to get him a feel for the game. Again, good movements. Has to work on the footwork a little bit, but again, it's his first time, and I was actually pretty impressed with how he played. for his first time, and you can really see the pronounced ping pong in him. And as you're going through this, just giving a little some tidbits and some techniques and things that he can work on as you're going through, but not too much, like I said. So right there, what I'm explaining is that when the ball is in your yellow zone, which is between your waist and your shoulders, top of your shoulders, you kind of want to come across it, not down, because you're more likely to hit it into the net. And that's what I'm telling him right now. And if you want to see the green, yellow, and red kind of positions of your body and where to strike, that's a good shot by him. That's out, and you can Google that. And the goal of the game is obviously not to be competitive. It's really to allow him to get a feel for an actual game and put the stuff that we've been practicing into practice, what he's been learning into practice. And I'm not hitting it too aggressively, because I really want him to use a wide range of motions, moving left to right, back and forward and back, and just put everything that we learned into play. And again, the mobility aspect, if that's one thing that if you have, it's really a bonus. Then that's a great put away there. Great put away. And he's got that serve down. Whoa! He got that point over my head. That was well done. One of the things we talked about too is keeping your opponent back as much as you can, so that you can get to the non-volley zone as quickly as possible. And the reason why I put my hand up there is he didn't say the score, so we just want to reiterate the importance of the score. Just a helpful reminder, I pointed to where he should be standing. I mean, right there. A little bit mean, but all in good fun. That shot. But again, it's not for me. It's for him, obviously, and that's important to kind of test him a little bit in his mobility. And he had everything down pretty well. There you go. That little spin drop shot, you find little nuggets of genius in everyone, and that's his. He was just hitting those. There's as he hit that one out of bounds, but we played a couple more games after this, and he really did well with that drop shot. There he missed wide, but it's important for them to, again, this is practice, it's not perfection, explore the court, hit those things out, hit them deep, get a good feel for that paddle and ball, especially this is being his first time actually picking up the paddle. I think he did really, really well, as you can see here. There's a lot of pluses, a lot of things you can work with here, and at this point for him, it's just playing and practicing. I think he's got the foundation here, and sometimes you'll have those folks, especially coming from those racket sports. So for me as a teacher, this was very good. It's easier to train those types of individuals. So that was some of our day, and it was fun helping to train Ryan. And we'll do it again next week. And appreciate you watching. Have a good day.